The 2012 Baltimore Ravens finished their season out at 10-6 and are drafting 32nd overall in the 2013 NFL Draft. And if you're drafting 32nd overall, that means you won the Super Bowl. So congratulations to the Ravens again on that. They beat the Colts at home. They beat Denver in a crazy game against Peyton Manning. They beat Tom Brady in Foxborough, beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. It's a really great way to see Ray Lewis, end his career. So some of the guys that they brought in, Elvis Dumervil, a defensive end on a 5-year, $26 million deal. Chris Canty, a D tackle, 3 years, $8 million. Michael Huff at safety on a 3-year, $6 million deal. Rolando McClain, who's a troubled individual, I'd have to say, at the least. They surprisingly brought him in on a 1-year, $1.1 million deal. Then you had Marcus Spears, a defensive end, and Caleb Haney, a quarterback. Before I get to departures, I didn't get to this offseason goal. I believe is to reload on defense. They've had a lot of their guys either leave to free agency, retirement being Ray Lewis. So they went out and grabbed some guys defensively. Their departures: Ed Reed at safety to the Texans, Bernard Pollard at safety to the Titans. Bernard Pollard is a player who they cut. Donnell Ellerbe at linebacker to the Dolphins, Paul Kruger at linebacker to the Browns, and Kerry Williams at cornerback to the Eagles. So you're seeing a lot of guys who were starters on that defense in 2012 headed somewhere else. Ray Lewis retired. They bring in Dumervil, they bring in Canty, they bring in Huff, they bring in McClain and Spears. A lot of replacements there. They still have to address the defense in the draft. So a few notables here before we get to draft needs and draft prospects. You have Joe Flacco signing a 6-year, $120.6 million deal. You have the Baltimore Ravens trading Anquan Boldin to the 49ers for a 6th-round selection. Pretty surprised they did away with Boldin. What happened was they really wanted to cut down on his contract, restructure his contract. Boldin did not want to do that, and rightfully so. Boldin had a very solid postseason with the Baltimore Ravens. He really helped Joe Flacco out, and they wanted to cut his contract. So what happened was, before they released Boldin, they shopped him around. They went to the Vikings. The Vikings were willing to give a 7th-round selection up, but the 49ers, knowing John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh, trading their brothers, they got a 6th-round selection. So that's what they did. Instead of cutting him, they gave him away for a 6th. They got something in return. Draft needs: offensive tackle, wide receiver, middle linebacker, cornerback, and safety. So on day one, prospects being DJ Fluker at offensive tackle, Justin Hunter at wide receiver, Terrence Williams at wide receiver, Kevin Minter at middle linebacker, Manti Te'o at middle linebacker, cornerback Bleedy Ray Wilson, safety Jonathan Cyprin. A lot of people want to say Manti Te'o is going to be the pick here. They want to label him as a first-round pick, but a late-round first-round pick. Or a late first-round pick, I should say. So they put him with the Baltimore Ravens because they need a middle linebacker. Rolando McClain at middle linebacker is a 1-year guy. I don't think, he's just a temporary replacement until they figure out who's going to play that position long-term. I don't see them going middle linebacker, and if they do, it's not going to be Manti Te'o, because I think Manti Te'o is going to be off the board. If anybody, it's going to be Kevin Minter at middle linebacker. The guy I have the Baltimore Ravens drafting is DJ Fluker at offensive tackle out of Alabama. Very solid. Could be a steal if he's still on the board. We always see offensive tackles slipping every season. Oh, this offensive tackle's a top 10, top 15 guy. He slips to the 20s or late 20s, early 30s even. So don't be surprised if Fluker's still on the board. They would have to consider him there. They could address a wide receiver now that Boldin is not with the team. Cornerback, safety could be another need. All these guys are possibilities. Right now, you have to protect Joe Flacco and the $120 million contract that he has there. Protect him, draft an offensive tackle. That's just me. Baltimore Ravens fans, I don't know what you guys think. Throw your comments down below. With the all the free agency moves that they made, draft needs, draft prospects, all that stuff in the comments below. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm out.